So, good morning everybody. Carlos here, using a gift that my friend Derek bought me. He bought me a chest-mounted strap for my camera, or my various cameras, as I start my audio recording. Alright, so that's going now as I put it away and put on my glove. This is the first time I'm getting to check out the trails after the big thaw, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes as I put my glove back on and head off Robin Hollywood onto the trails. This is where it's going to be interesting to see what condition the trails are in. Alright, I am prepared to get wet, so that's not going to bother me. As long as the snow is soft underfoot, I'll be able to run on it. Alright, so this is the weir, the top side of the weir. There is a heck of a lot of water in the creek. So I'm just going to take a little video at the creek. Obviously, if I'm wearing a chest-mounted camera, I can't really angle the direction of the lens other than by moving my whole body. So I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to be looking at. Yeah. So you can see from there that the water is flowing over the top of the weir. This trail doesn't look too bad. This is one of the most popular trails in this area, and the dog walkers help to keep it open. I'm heading for the new bridge now, and the video is still running, so hopefully I'll have enough room on my memory card to get me in video mode all the way to the weir. I mean to the new bridge, sorry. Yep, this is definitely runnable. As you can see, I am running. .751 is my average pace per kilometer as I approach one of the aforementioned dog walkers. Merry Christmas! So my feet are still dry, which is quite miraculous. When I get to the road, eventually I'll have to cross it, and then I'll check if the video is still running. This is the turnoff for the new bridge. There's going to be a lot of water in the creek today. Yep, the snow has melted off the bridge and off the signage. Yep. I'm hoping that the camera will see the surge of water in the creek. That is all the recent snowfall melting into the storm drains and then filling the creek and overflowing the weir. Even if the video has stopped, which I'm not sure if it has or not, the audio will continue. This looks as if I can run where I was planning to run today. They've done the clearance of this windfall. All these broken trees have been cut and placed on the side of the trail, because at one time they were scattered as larger, much larger pieces. But you can just imagine the shock of having this thing come down. Alright, so I'm now going to take the Douglas Creek Trail on the west side of Douglas Creek. This is the more scenic trail. I did this one on the first day of the snow as a hike. As I continue towards Ash Road, where I will check on the status of the video. Yep, I've got my heart rate under control. I've got my GPS tracker, so I will have a trace for the relive video, and I'll have some stuff to edit by the time I get back to my lair. We had our Christmas yesterday. Yesterday was more convenient for everybody concerned as I cross Ash Road and check on my video. Okay, so now I'm starting another bit of video. I'm not sure when the other one stopped, but it had stopped by the time I checked it. I have done so much switching around of memory cards that I can't remember now whether I have the 2 GB memory card in here or not. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm sure with all my practice I will be able to make something out of this outing. I did promise an audio podcast today. I was hoping to have a video audio podcast. As I approach the main parking lot at Mount Douglas Park, so far this chest-mounted thing is really good. I'm going to be checking once again the video status. I think what happens is that it needs to cache the first chunk of data before it can record some more. So I took a whole chunk of video, not quite sure how much I got, and then when I went to check, it had stopped. So I took a few more photographs, and then I started the second video. See that bird? Yeah, well, you might have seen it. As I approached Cordova Bay Road. This is the outdoor school. Being Christmas Day, there's nobody here. They're all at home, excited about what Santa brought them. Yeah, we had our Christmas meal yesterday, and it was fun. It was good. We had ham. I made a bacon and spinach quiche. I made a lasagna. I roasted some potatoes with the ham. We were so full we didn't have dessert. As I approach the road, I will stop once again and check the status. Yep, I'm still recording. As I cross the road safely to the other side, I'm now heading up towards the resort. Oh yeah, this is great. The snow has melted off so quickly. They don't use salt here in BC, not in Victoria anyway. They let the snow melt. What little snow we get melts right off as soon as it gets mild. I'm running at 8 minutes 29 pace at the moment. About to take a walk break. Yep, still got the video going. You can see how I hold my voice recorder in its little velvet pouch. Yep, this is the first time I've run since Wednesday. Wednesday I had to go out to get supplies. So another little video burst. The road is a lot quieter than I thought it was going to be. So with about 14 minutes of recorded audio, I will proceed towards the fake bridges. I will probably do the classic saddle loop, see what the upper trails are like in the snow. I'm hoping that they have melted down like this one, but there's no real telling. So now if I wanted to show you the view other than straight ahead from my chest, I have to turn my whole body around. The one thing you're not going to get today is a selfie because it is attached to my chest pointing out as I go down, down, down. Just coming up on the resort right now. Still managing to keep a pretty good average pace. I guess it's what 3 days of non-running has done to my fitness level. I'll be interested to know how the audio is recorded in this position. It's going to be closer to my mouth for sure from the camera. (116 beats per minute is my pace, my podcasting heart rate. That beige building there is the Seaview Inn and Suites. That has a spectacular view of the bay, Cordova Bay, and the Harrow Straits. As I stop the video once again, back to video. So, old Mr. Scott Falcon, what's his name? Robert Falcon Scott, was irate, to say the least, that this Norwegian team of marauding Vikings was planning to do the same challenge as they had set out to do the previous year. The Norwegians were far better prepared than the Brits. They had spent, at least Amundsen had spent a good deal of time learning the ways of the Innu, or as he said, Eskimos, up in northern Norway. He learnt about wearing the right kind of clothing to make this polar expedition a little more comfortable. He also learned how to handle a dog sled, and he also learned a little bit about the Innu diet of eating a lot of fat in their meals. They ate a lot of whale blubber and livers from seal and penguin, stuff that the Brits turned their noses up at. They would not eat offal. They thought it was awful to eat organ meat. So the Norwegians knew how to ski, first off. They were a well-trained group of experts. There was no British hierarchy of rank, so they didn't have to worry about officers sharing tents with enlisted men. And they made the provision drops on the way to the pole, so they wouldn't have to carry all their provisions the whole way, which meant that they would travel a lot lighter and a lot faster. And one of the things that Amundsen learned from the Innu was how not to overexert yourself in the cold conditions, because they could recover quicker for the next day's expedition if they only limited themselves to something like 30 kilometers a day. as I hike my way up to Upper Whittaker here, I will press pause and check on the recording, the audio recording. So I'm up to 25 minutes now. This is good. I should be able to finish the story in the next 4 minutes or so. Anyway, the Brits, on their second attempt, they took ponies with them, Siberian ponies, and they also took these mechanical sleds, tractor sleds with caterpillar tracks, which kept breaking down. For first off, one of them ended up sinking into a ravine, another one ended up dropping through the ice to the bottom, and the ponies were very little used to them because of their hooves. They would sink up to their bellies in snow, so they had to spend a lot of time digging out the ponies. The only positive was that they could eat the meat of the dead ponies, which kept them at least a little healthier than had they relied solely on their ship's rations. Anyway, so that was that. Amundsen made it to the pole in 6 weeks, traveling 30 kilometers a day, and then on the way back he could speed up slightly because he knew he had those stashes of food buried every 20 miles or so along the course of their return. I think they made the whole journey back in 8 weeks. They were already on their ship, celebrating, drinking their aquavit, and heading back to Norway, having beaten the British at their own game of exploration. As for poor old Scott, he got to the pole only to realize that Amundsen had been there a month before him. And on the return, the 5-party team was reduced to 4 when one guy decided that he wasn't strong enough to continue, so he walked off into the wilderness, never to be seen again. Another guy died shortly after that, and the remaining 3 were found frozen in their tent. Scott in the middle, and the 2 stalwart companions on either side, absolutely exhausted from their human portage, their man dragging of the sled through the snow. So that is the story of Roald. Sorry about that. Roald Edmundson. After he finished conquering the South Pole, he went back and conquered the North Pole, in amongst all of his other endeavors. He also was the first person to sail the Northwest Passage, another time when he managed to stymie the Brits. And as he said, he was quoted to have had said that you can either do it the easy way or the British way. So that's the story of the Amundsen expedition. As I hike up Whittaker Creek which it is now. This is no longer a trail run, this is wading up a creek to the saddle. When I go through the saddle, the runoff will be going in the other direction. That is the watershed of this particular creek. So I've already said goodbye to my audio audience, and this little bit of bonus material will be for my video audience on YouTube. Let me put my voice recorder away. I have finished with that for today. The other thing is that because I'm wearing this chest harness for my camera, I've put my phone in my trouser pocket because it was not blocking, but it was creating an extra large bump under my clothing, which is exactly where the strap sits. So with the Bluetooth earbuds, I can continue to get my messages from my phone wherever it is on my body. Yep, as I predicted, this side of the mountain is snowier than the warmer east side, I should say, of Vancouver Island. As I approach the saddle. So I will have fun piecing together the various snippets of video using my Relive map. This will be my Christmas Extravaganza show. I think that's what I'm going to call it. My Christmas Extravaganza. As I approach the saddle, hopefully still recording video. (10:12) is my pace now as I come through the jaws of the saddle. Hoping you all had a wonderful holiday season. I will be recording as usual on Wednesday and on New Year's Day. So this is the Running Jackal signing off as he runs through the saddle and back to his warm lair. Bye bye.